The new Nightwave season, Nora's Mix Volume 6, just started today, and you know what that means. 30 juicy rewards for us to suck in, and today, I want to give you a quick overview of what to expect in this Nightwave season, and also give you my opinion on which of these things are actually good, and which might turn out to be not all that great. As always, big shoutouts to all my generous channel members, because you know they're the ones keeping the lights on, and with that out of the way, let's jump right into it. Now, this season, as always, the first reward is always going to be 150 fat Nightwave credits that you can use and spend in the shop, and that is really nice. Let's take a quick look into the shop actually to see what is currently on offer. First of all, of course, a lot of cosmetics, you know, tons of custom Warframe helmets, so if you like any of them, go absolutely ham on it, buy the helmet and make your Warframe look the best it can possibly look. My personal favorites here would be the Protea, the Wukong, and the Hera one. They look extremely nice. However, what's probably more important would be the mods, and those always rotate, so it's worth taking a look at them. First off, in the aura we have Physique to give you a little bit more health, Infestant Impedance that makes Infested a bit slower, both actually not all that great, Enemy Radar, nice to have, but we have other mods for that, Loot Detector, same story, and also Rifle Scavenger. All of these aura mods, in my personal opinion, are not all that amazing. If you're looking for the stronger options, then I would suggest maybe skipping this week. However, when it comes to the augment mods, both offered for weapons and warframes, then this week it looks quite a bit spicier. Starting out with one of my favorites, and that would be Dizzying Rounds for the Bronco. You know, we all know and hate the Bronco, you know, a secondary weapon that basically nobody ever uses, and it's really not that great. However, with the Dizzying Rounds augment, the Bronco turns into a very valuable asset. With this one, anytime you hit an enemy with the Bronco, no matter if it's a headshot or just a normal body shot, those enemies will be stunned and opened up for finishers. So whenever you're playing a setup, a Warframe, a certain loadout that is based on finishing a lot of enemies fast, this one is invaluable because you can finish the entire room with it and no enemy can protect themselves from it. I highly suggest getting Dizzying Rounds for your Bronco. Then we have the Murloc, Shrapnel Rounds, more multi-shot, less damage. I think it's not really that necessary. The Murloc is not that meta. Same goes for Double Tap on the Latron. You can sure accumulate quite a lot of base damage with this one, however you need to really land those shots, and if I'm really honest, I don't have that much experience with the mod actually, so I might be completely wrong and it might be super awesome. So if you have any more experience than me, then feel free to share it in the comments down below. I am always open to new knowledge. And then we also have two Warframe augments, those being for Nyx, the same story. Haven't played Nyx in a while, cannot really tell you whether this one is all that amazing or not. If you know more, let us know in the comments down below. And a Deceptive Bond for Loki. If you're a Loki lover, you might as well snipe this one. If not, I would say you can skip this one. Then, we also get a couple melee weapons in the form of the Heat Dagger, the Pangolin Sword, the Dark Dagger, and the Dark Sword. If you don't have them yet and you need them for the Mastery, then you can absolutely go and get them. However, none of these weapons are really meta or needed for any sort of build, so I would say if you're in need of other things that you can invest your Nightwave creds into, then these ones are definite skips. Looking at the resources down here at the bottom, my personal recommendation, always try to have like 20 or 30-ish Netane Extract in the bank, just in case, right? Many Prime Warframes nowadays, if you want to craft them, they need Netane Extract, and if you don't have Netane Extract and you don't have Nightwave credits to get it, it can be quite painful to farm. I think you do it in like a Plains bounty or something, what was it? The drop chance is really low, it takes a lot of time if you want to farm it outside the Nightwave, so get some here if you don't have any. As for the Orokin Catalyst and the Orokin Reactor, right, the 150 Nightwave credits from your first tier would be enough to get one of each. However, under one of my last videos, a lot of you actually commented something really smart that I never really thought about myself, and that is, if you need those two items right here, don't buy them directly from the Nightwave credits, rather go and buy some of the aura mods right here. They cost like 20 each, right? Sell those aura mods for platinum on Warframe.market to other players, and then use the platinum to actually buy the Orokin Catalyst and Orokin Reactor in the shop. If you do it this way, then you can get way more Orokin Reactors and Catalysts out of your Nightwave credits than if you get them directly. That was a super smart tip, thank you so much for letting me know, because I totally slept on this one. So yeah, don't buy them directly, buy the auras, sell them, and then buy those. But yeah, so much for the cred offerings. Let's actually go back and take a look at which other rewards we have here. But yeah, we have a Glaive Daybreak skin. If you like a glaive, you might like the skin, you know, cosmetics are always up to personal preference. Orokin Catalyst 2 times, by the way, very nice early on in the 3rd tier, pretty much everybody can get this. Syandana, same story. It might be nice for you, it might not be. Then up next, we already get an Exilus adapter, which is pretty early if you ask me. I think those came a little bit later in the previous seasons. And then only at rank 9 we get 2 weapon slots, which tends to be a little bit more on the later side of things if you ask me. But yeah, this one definitely valuable for every player out there, but specifically for new players where inventory space, as we all know, tends to be a little bit short at the start of the game. So if you have a chance, definitely try to aim for this one. However, now it becomes really interesting. As part of Nora's Mix Volume 6, we get gene masking kits for both Kavats and later on also for the Kubros, right here, almost at the end. And these kits look actually really amazing. The colors are very saturated, very powerful, nice colors right here, and also the sort of fur pattern right here. I think this looks absolutely amazing. I can't wait to try it out on my critters right here. Then, level 14, one more Warframe slot. Also here, specifically for players that are not that far in the game, having more Warframe slots is invaluable. We have so many Warframes in the game and we still start out with only 2 open slots, so yeah, getting more of that for free, definitely go for that. And now we come to one of the secret new additions, the new mods introduced with this Nightwave, and that will be for the Sobek Clip Delegation, which is quite spicy because, as we all know, with this new Nightwave season, we also got the Kuva variant introduced to the game of the Sobek shotgun. Clip Delegation makes that for every hit in your magazine currently that you have with the Sobek, every hit that you get in the next magazine after reload, you get 15% more multi-shot and status chance. That stacks up to a maximum of 15 times, so theoretically with this one you could get 225% in both multi-shot and status chance added on top, and with a magazine size of 20 shots for the Sobek, it's not all that difficult to land 15 of them, so this effect constantly continues. I cannot wait to try this one out. I'm sure it's going to be very, very powerful. This Arcane right here, Arcane Strike 3 times, is kind of a nice reward because it gives you attack speed for your melee weapon if you just score a hit, so this one can be constantly on all the time, and specifically if you don't have space in your melee build for an attack speed mod, then putting this one on your Warframe instead and securing your attack speed in that way is a super viable strategy. I also do that myself often. This one is really nice to have. And this one here, this one is also really, really beautiful. Look at that Kubro right here. The fur pattern, the colors, if you ask me, super duper stunning. I cannot wait to try this one out myself. After that, some more fluff right here, and then we come to Photon Overcharge, which I think is one of the very, very interesting new mods also introduced with this Nightwave. This one is for the Galaxion, and just like the Sobek before it, also the Galaxion got a Lich version in this update, meaning we have now the Tenet Galaxion officially added to the game. What the mod does is, it gives plus 90% critical damage, that is what it always does, and in addition to that, if you get a kill or an assist, slain enemies have a 2% chance of dropping an energy orb on death per cold status effect that is afflicting them. So, given the fact that the Galaxion is a cold-based status weapon, they're probably gonna have 10 cold status effects on them once they die, meaning every single enemy that is either killed by or assisted by the Galaxion that you put this mod on will have a 20% chance of dropping an energy orb on death. Now, of course, I haven't tried out the new Galaxion just yet, but I will certainly do that. But this sounds like no matter if you like the Galaxion as your primary weapon or not, you could definitely in the future use a Galaxion weapon with this mod to generate energy for your setup. Especially on Warframes that focus like on melee weapons or on ability casting that don't really need their primary weapon, even if the Galaxion ends up not being a good weapon after all, you could still use it as a viable energy generator, and I can't wait to try this out myself. By the way, right after uploading this video, I'm gonna jump into the game and try to get the Tenet Galaxion and the Kuva Sobek as soon as I can, so I'm hopefully gonna be able to put out a detailed video going over both of these two weapons tomorrow or on Friday maybe, so if you don't want to miss out on that, day one, you know where the sub button is, welcome to the crew. But now, let's actually go to the last few ones right here, and these are kind of not that much interesting, nothing really new here. Aura Forma, always nice to have. Also Umbra Forma. Umbra Forma's super rare, always get them if you have the chance to. Cosmetic, cosmetic, and more cosmetic, even though I gotta say, this armor set right here looks really, really cool. I think on some Warframe looks, this could make quite the impact in the positive sense. When it comes to actually completing the Nightwave, as always, just playing the game and taking a look at what you can do and can't do is usually enough. So I would personally say don't stress yourself with this one, no matter if you're a veteran or just new in the game. Just take a look every week on which challenges there are and go for them, and you should get all the nice stuff that you would like. Again, big shoutouts to Niels V, Demon Lord Zell, Demon Emperor, Emperor Prime, Nost Linux Gaming, Lycan Shepherd, Turtlepeer, Shadowsoul, JPT Kochman, Pepperwolf, Onakanio2, Misfire EX, and all other generous channel members for your continuous support. We see each other, hopefully in the next one, which would be tomorrow or on Friday, and until then, as always, good drops with the Kuvasobek and the Galaxion. Bye!